What's happening, bro? I told you that we gonna be vibing tonight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, I I've been thinking about talking about this, yeah, because obviously this has been trending um for the last couple days now, right? This is in regards to Burna Boy. Yeah, listen, we are going to react to the Burna Boy's new album. We'll definitely do that. We'll react to Burna Boy's new album. You know what I mean? But let's talk about the beef though. Let's talk about the beef going on between Burna Boy. When I say the supposedly beef, you know what I mean? In quotes, going on between Burna Boy and Wizkid. Because we all thought that these guys were cool though. You get what I'm saying? But before we get into that, yeah, I just want to introduce myself, obviously, for people that don't know me yet. My name is Toby. You get what I mean? My name is Toby. That's all I got to say, man. You know, obviously, some of you know me from my previous podcast, Fresh Off the Boat. You get what I'm saying? You know, but that's being kind of paused at the moment. You know, um, just doing this live stream for now. You get what I mean? And just see how or rather where this goes. We are going to react to Burna Boy's new album, but that will be done solely. Like I said, we're gonna react to Burna Boy's new album, but I will do that on Twitch, right? So if you've not followed me on Twitch yet, because some of you know how YouTube is. YouTube is very, very strict when it comes to music. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to risk the channel. So if you've not followed me on Twitch yet, yeah, what I'll do is I will put in my Twitch name in the chat. I'll do that right now. Hold on. I'll put in the Twitch name in the chat so that some of you can go follow me on Twitch. That's where I play the music. That's where we just have fun. And then obviously if we want to discuss anything, we now come on YouTube. So if you go on Twitch right now, yeah, and type in Steel Toes, that's it right there. Follow me on Twitch. After we discuss this, I'm gonna switch off YouTube and then go straight on Twitch to react to Burna Boy's new album. But what is going on between Burna Boy and Wizkid? Because we all thought that the problem has always been between Wizkid and Davido, Burna Boy and Davido. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, we know that Wizkid and Burna Boy, Wizkid and Davido used to be cool, but whatever happened between the both of them is up to them. But then over the weekend, right? I believe Wizkid was, where was Wizkid performing again? Wizkid was performing somewhere. Hold on. Let me go on X. X is the new Google right now. You know what I'm saying? Wizkid latest performance. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit disappointed when I saw the whole thing, yeah. So where was Wizkid again? What's the name of the country where he was? Oh shit. It was literally on my mind, bro. Which he actually killed it. I'm trying to find the country where he was. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he was there performing, killed it, took off his shirt, all that stuff, fly it around and whatever, right? And you know how the fans are. The fans started bringing out videos, you know, that Burna Boy has done this before, Burna Boy has done that before, he's copying Burna Boy and everything. And also, it didn't help that Gunna featured both Burna Boy and Wizkid on his album. You get what I'm saying? It didn't help that Gunna featured both Burna Boy and Wizkid on his album. Now, instead of the fans to be happy about it, we have to compare. The fans that are comparing who killed who on the album and who did better than who on the album. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes I understand when people tell me that it's always the fans that create the beef. Sometimes I understand it. But then at the same time, I'm of the belief that these are also grown men. The fans can say whatever they have to say. You don't have to jump into the fire in it. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to jump into the fire. You don't have to respond to anything. You get what I'm saying? Even if you have to respond, yeah, as the artist, all you need to do is to come out and say, "Hey guys, listen, I'm homeboy with this person or whatever the case is. Let this thing die." You know what I'm saying? But then also, we don't know what's happening behind the scenes between all these guys. I've always said, when I had my podcast and everything, yeah, I always said that none of these artists are friends. I don't care what anybody says. You get what I'm saying? None of these artists are friends. I don't care what, and they can throw parties, they can rock chains, shake hands, have different handshakes or whatever. None of these artists are friends. And we see that, yeah, when none of them had money, or when all of them were still on the low, everybody was buddy buddies. From the stories that we're getting, people were sleeping in people's houses, people were, sort of like fucking the same chicks, banging the same chicks and all that kind of stuff. Everybody was cool. But there is something about that money. There is something about that money, especially to people that have never had money. Obviously, Davido comes from money, so you get what I'm saying? But there is something about money, fame, notoriety, whatever you want to call it, that once it comes in, everybody wants to be the boss. Everybody wants to be the boss. And when I look at these guys, right, if you ask me, it's cool for entertainment. Don't get it twisted. It is cool for entertainment. But I wouldn't want to live the type of life that they are living, bro, because they are, every single day of their life, they are living life as a competition. And I'm talking about Burna Boy, Davido, not necessarily Wizkid. Wizkid is sort of like on the low. But Burna Boy and Davido, you can tell they are like, yo, who do pass? He buys a new car today. This one buys a new car tomorrow. He buys a new chain tomorrow. This one buys a new chain the next time. He buys a new watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they are basically just living their life on competition now. And in my opinion, that's a very sad way of living life, if you ask me. You get what I'm saying? That's a very sad way of living life, if you ask me. So back to this beef that which I call it beef because I don't care what nobody says. People can act like this is not happening. This is happening. Like, these guys really, 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 if you look at the whole thing, if you're reading between the lines, these guys don't fuck with each other. For whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how can I be friends with you? Yeah? Let me put myself in everybody's shoes now. If I'm Wizkid, yeah, and I'm friends with Burna Boy and everything, yeah, I can understand somebody feeling the type of way or feeling uncomfortable where you have your friend all the time, yeah, saying things in indirect way of, oh, no, none of these people get money past me. None of these people have money more than me. None of these people does this more than me. We are all supposed to be buddies in that. You get what I'm saying? So I can understand how someone like Wizkid might feel a type of way. Then you look at someone like Davido, I can understand how he will feel a type of way. Now, Burna Boy, on the other hand, might feel like he does not get the respect that he deserves. You get what I'm saying? He might feel like he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. Everything that he's done, he still feels like people still disrespect his name. So all the time, he's on the defensive side. I don't agree with it. Because, in my opinion, he's a grown-ass man. Some things you have to ignore, especially if it is the fans. I don't understand why he will feel the need, right? I don't understand why he will feel the need to reply to some of this online trolls, right? Like he obviously Wizkid did his show, killed it over the weekend and everything. We saw him. He took off his shirt. He was doing all that stuff, training the crowd and all that. Like it was a whole vibe. In my opinion, everybody should be happy about that. Everybody should be happy about that when we see one of our own doing what he's doing. You go, I mean, across the pond. Yo, salute. Ubeho, salute, man. Salute to you, bro. Welcome to the chat. Like I said before, I just want to talk about this, and then I'm going to switch off YouTube and go on Twitch and then react to Burna Boy's new album, because I don't want YouTube. I don't want Wahala of YouTube. I don't want them to copy strike me. So if you're not following me on Twitch yet, follow me on Twitch. If you see my name, let me put it again. Let me put it again in the chat. So if you're not following me on Twitch, do that. That is where I'm going to be reacting to all the new songs and all the new albums. I am not going to be doing that on YouTube no more. Fuck that. You go what I mean? I am not going to be doing that on YouTube no more. Fuck that. Because I deal with so much copyright on YouTube. And I understand that YouTube is where I have most of my subscribers and everything. I salute every single one of you. But if you guys really fuck with me, yeah? If you guys really fuck with me, go on Twitch. Go follow me on Twitch. You go what I'm saying? And I promise you every day, okay, I want to believe every day, but every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, especially on Fridays, any song that drops, yeah, people send it into my DM or whatever, and Friday night, 7 p.m., we will be live on Twitch, reacting to all the new songs, because Twitch is very, very good when it comes to reaction and everything. You get what I'm saying? We're going to talk about music, talk about everything that's going on. You get what I'm saying? So go and follow me on Twitch right now. Yeah? All right, so back to this. So people obviously started tweeting and people started posting wherever they are posting. And we all know that Burna Boy has a burner account, obviously, right? No pun intended. And he posted this. In my opinion, there's no reason to post this, bro. Oh, for real? That's 2 p.m. where you are? Okay, I hear that. Yeah, but I'm talking about 7 p.m. UK time. You get what I'm saying? 7 p.m. UK time. Or should I say maybe 6 p.m.? Sorry, 8 p.m. UK time. So that will give people the time to obviously come back from work or whatever. I work as well. I do my 9 to 5. So back to this, right? In my opinion, the weekend, we saw what Wizkid is doing, right? In my opinion, bro, you don't have to tweet this. You don't have to be this petty. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to be this petty. So obviously he posted this and everybody took it how everybody's going to take it. Rightfully so. Because if you guys are really friends, which I always say, none of these niggas are friends. When I used to say it on my podcast, Kelly always argued with me. I said, no, bro, this. We all should be together and everything. I said, yes, that sounds good in theory. In theory, we all should be together because we all come like from Nigeria. You get me? It's like Nigeria against the world. The world versus Nigeria. Yes. The world versus Afrobeats. You get what I'm saying? Yes, that's what it should be in theory. But fuck all that. I'm a realist. You get what I'm saying? God bless Kelly. Kelly is an idealist. He looks at things from the way things should be. I look at things from the way things are. And I know when I look at all these guys, you can tell none of them are friends. You get what I'm saying? None of them are friends. And it's so disappointing as well. Yeah, it's so disappointing as well that obviously we don't know what's happening behind the scene. Yeah, but Wizkid has always shown Burna Boy love. You get what I mean? We have never seen him disrespect him like that, in my opinion. If you guys have, please put it in the group. Please put it in the chat. You get what I mean? Talking about the chat, because I see chats coming and everything, but I think I've got a setting on it that the chat goes away in like about 15 seconds. I'm gonna adjust that so that that can be on the screen, because I want to read your chats as well. You get what I'm saying? And also I want you guys to see your chats, but I'll sort that out later. Right? So from what we've seen, Wizkid has always shown Burna Boy love. There is absolutely no way Burna Boy would sell out a stadium or do whatever, maybe in the UK, sell out a stadium, right? Wizkid is not gonna do something like this. And I'm just being objective. I am on nobody's side. But if we are boys, bro, let me shine. That's how I see it. Let me shine. You go what I mean? So there is no way anybody can justify this thing right here. I don't give a fuck if you did this 20 years ago, bro. You go what I mean? Let me shine. So this obviously continued, right? And then he continued again, create your own happiness any which way it's allowed. Now, we have to understand, yes, the people that started this is obviously the fans. Cool. That's what people always tell me. Oh, you have to blame the fans. The fans that this. I don't have to blame nobody, bro. I don't have to blame nobody, bro. I don't care what the fans say. You are the same level. You are the artist. Because my policy has always been, yeah, if any of these guys drop a banger, we don't care who wrote the song. We don't care the writers on the song. Yeah? Everybody says, yo, Wizkid just dropped a banger. Burna Boy just dropped a banger. Davido just dropped a banger. Nobody says, yo, salute to all the writers. Nobody says that. Because we always give them the glory. So in my opinion, if we give them the credit, you know what I mean? If we give them the credit, in my opinion, then we have to say, yo, you have to take this, bro. Like, you can't be out here acting like this. You know what I'm saying? Wait, what did this person say? See, Toby, even when Burna was buzzing, yeah, he would never respond to the fans banting. Wiz is buzzing right now, and Burna can't even handle the fans. The fans are the same everywhere in the world. That's a fact. The fans are going to ride for their own. That's a whole fact. We have to look at this like sports. You go what I mean? We have to look at this like football. Man United fan, Arsenal fan, Man City fans, Chelsea fans, everybody's going to ride for their own. You go what I mean? They are not doing it because they hate you. No. The fans don't fucking know you to hate you. To them, they are just trolling. They are just trolling. You know what I'm saying? So you can't take it personal. You can't say because the fans are trolling, you now have to destroy your real life relationships. Do you know where this culture would have been by now? Yeah? If Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido are matching together. Do you know where we would have been right now? We are so decimated as a culture because none of these guys really fuck with each other. Everyone is biting each other and undermining each other. And now we are beginning slowly to see that with Omale and Rema. News is coming out that, no, is it Omale? Yeah, it's Omale. Apparently, there are some rumors out there that the new album that Rema dropped or whatever, that apparently he stole it from Omale. I don't know if it's true or not, But that's the rumor out there. You get what I mean? So everybody's trying to overstep each other and do their own thing. And to me, that's some bum ass shit, if you ask me. You get what I mean? So he continued. And then obviously, this screenshot now came out. Right? He was replying to a fan. Because say your album flop, bro, shut the fuck up. Who don't pass you, don't pass you. Nothing what you feed do about. You go what I mean? This guy is trolling you. From what I understand, Ebo means chairman. So he's quote unquote trolling you, disrespecting you, and calling you chairman at the same time. You should understand that this is not like mean spirited. These guys are just troll. And I bet you if Burna Boy, if this guy sees Burna Boy in real life, this guy will bow to the ground for Burna Boy. Right? See us FC. They make you they explain and cry every hour. And then obviously he replied, okay, I don't agree. Anything Gumbody, okay, I don't agree. Anything Gumbody him pass. I don't know what that means. But now me, they sell stadiums. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You get what I mean? And I know that some people might not like what I'm saying, right? But put yourself in that position, you and your homeboy. Yeah? Your homeboy, or rather, let's say you. Let's say you. Yeah? We know the business aspect at this current moment, yeah, it's not very smooth for Wizkid. Let's be honest. You get what I'm saying? Like I always say, his talent is still there. His talent is still there. He is still that guy. If you doubt me, go look at his features with Olamide, the one with Tyla, the one with Gunna, the one with DJ Spinall. Like, he has been killing his features. Like, he does not have a bad feature. So he is still that guy. But I always say that there's a difference between the music and the music business. I don't know who's handling Wizkid's team, the business side of things. But they really need to shuffle things around and move things around and everything, because there is absolutely no way Wizkid is struggling to tour, in my opinion. You go what I'm saying? In my humble opinion. This no disrespect. You go what I'm saying? I still love the guy. I think he's still one of the best out there. But I don't think the business side is being handled well, if you ask me. But that's beside the point. Now, we all know what Wizkid is going through in regards to the business side of his music, right? And whenever we see this guy on stage performing, it's like everybody's happy for him because everybody wants him to win. You get what I'm saying? Everybody wants him to win. Now, put yourself in Wizkid's position. If this guy was supposed to be your guy, and you see this, floating online in his burner account, no pun intended, how are you gonna feel? How are you gonna feel? We all have emotions. We all have ego at the same time. I'm not gonna feel good. In fact, I'm gonna look at homeboy as a snake. I'm gonna be like, bro, that dude is a snake, bro. You get what I'm saying? You are the biggest artist right now. You're selling out stadiums, yes. You're doing all this and everything. Why? Why do you have a bad mind for me? You get what I'm saying? Obviously, now it continued. And people now started posting photos of the whole thing, whatever the case is. Everything started trending. And then Wizkid now came out here and said, you have everything, but no happiness. You have everything but no happiness. No go be our portion. Amen. Now it has started. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it, that makes a lot of sense, bro. Bro, you have accomplished almost everything in life. But you still feel like you still have to step on my shine. You feel like you have to step on my shine. You know what I'm saying? Let me shine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tunde said, Cap, he's in the biggest artist. Now, una they let Phil say in big pass Wizkid. Nothing way in the way Wizkid never do before. Make the boy go play with in class major. That's your opinion, my guy. That's your opinion, my guy. But if you're being objective, Burna Boy is that guy. You get what I'm saying? Burna Boy is really him. If we're gonna be objective. You get what I mean? There's no point to hate. I know you're rooting for whoever you're rooting for, but Burna Boy is him. Wizkid is him as well. You get what I mean? Wizkid is him, but Burna Boy is him. You get me? And then obviously he continued, dead, tired, and burnt out souls. Pray for happiness. And Oloshi, thief. Bro, it just continued on everything. And now, do you know what's going to happen? This is going to escalate from here. This is going to escalate from here now. That's what's going to happen. And one day, all of us will sit down and be like, how the fuck did we get to this point? It is from here. We saw what happened. Yeah, we saw what happened between Burna Boy and Davido. Slowly, it escalated. It escalated to the point that these guys are just blasting each other on social media. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I don't think we are in a great place. I personally think that this takes away from the music. You know what I'm saying? I personally think that this takes away from the music. Because everybody feel that they have to be in their own camp. And you have three camps. You have Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido camp. And then all the smaller artists underneath them have to now fit in their own camps. Benson fucks with Burna Boy, but he doesn't fuck with Davido. Right? What's his name again? Zlatan. Clearly fucks with Davido. But clearly he doesn't fuck with Burna Boy. And then when Davido and Wizkid kind of made up, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, a little bit, he did that hit. He did that hit with Wizkid. And that's my point. We got a taste of what it could be. Bro, go listen to that song that he did with Wizkid, bro. That was like one of the best songs that year. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's something that we really, really have to put in mind. Not us, but this artist and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, Afrobeats is in a very bad place currently. I don't know if people are paying attention. Afrobeats is in a very bad place. You know what I'm saying? Burna Boy dropped his album. Amazing album. I enjoyed it. But let's be honest. Right? Did that album come and go or not? That album just came and went. Let me know in the group chat. Let me know in the group chat if you think that album stayed or made noise as it should, or did that album just come and go? Let's be honest. Burna Boy 2 years ago, when he drops an album, everywhere just shuts down. Everywhere just shuts down. You know what I'm saying? Even one of the biggest songs, even the song that I was expecting, like I thought that the Lambo song was gonna be like Last Last. I personally thought that that Lambo song was gonna be like Last Last because of everything around it. Because if you remember how Last Last came, that was just when he broke up with Steph London, right? And then he previewed that song in New York, Madison Square Garden. I remember hearing that song or watching it on Twitter at the time. Yeah, I said this song is gonna be a hit, bro. This song is crazy. And that song came out and shut everywhere down. When I heard this Lambo song, yeah, or rather the preview, after the girl came out and obviously outed him and everything, like everything around that, I thought, oh, like this is gonna. But in my opinion, I think he dropped it too late, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he didn't drop it around that time that everything was still hot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whether he was overthinking the song. I don't know what he was doing with the song and everything, but I think he dropped it too late after the bars. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. You know, but I honestly think that these guys need to just make up. In my opinion, all this stuff is not worth it. I'm surprised that some of the big guys in the industry, like the Don Jazzies of the world and all that, right? I'm surprised that they've not called these guys and be like, yo, guys, listen, this right here is bigger than you. You get what I'm saying? This right here is bigger than you. Let's think about 10 years down the line and everything, bro. You get what I'm saying? Let's think about how we can just sustain these buzz that we have, this culture, all this stuff. Like because it's like everybody for themselves. Everybody for themselves. You know what I mean? The whole Afrobeat to the world. Bro, currently that shit is not working, bro. Because if you really think about the many artists that we have, right? Which of these artists are actually really, 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 really selling out and touring? Let's keep it a buck. Which are the artists? You have Davido. He's doing his thing. You know what I mean? Davido, he's doing his thing. Burna Boy is doing his thing. When it comes to touring, Wizkid he's clearly struggling at the moment. Right? Apart from that, now you have Rema is doing his thing. Yeah. Ashake. Ashake, he's clearly concentrating in the US. You know, he's trying to break into the US market. Clearly, trying to break into into that market. And that's a conversation as well that needs to be had about Ashake. Because you don't want to run the risk of losing your base because you're solely concentrating on the US market. You get what I'm saying? There are so many artists that did that it came back to hurt them. Right? There's an artist back in the day, Chipmunk, in the UK. He was one of the hottest. Like, you see Central C now. You see Central C now. That was Chipmunk back in the day. Right? But he tried so much to break into the American market. But by the time he was able to do that, he lost his base here. Right? There are so many artists that have gone through that. I love Ashake. I love his music, but you know, I understand that he's trying out so many new things right now. He's trying to find himself post Olamide. If you ask me, I don't think he should have left Olamide. That's me. That's me. I don't think he should have left Olamide, bro. You know what I'm saying? I understand that some people might not agree, but you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference, bro. When you actually listen to the songs, you can tell the difference. Bro, Ashake from 2 years ago. Yeah? Hold on. Ashake was it 2022, 2023. Let me pull that shit up real quick, bro. Mr. Money with the vibes, yeah? Mr. Money with the vibes. Ashake 2022, 2023. Nobody was seeing that guy. Yep. 2022, 2023, yeah, nobody was seeing that dude. I don't know how old some of you are, yeah? But if you guys remember the run that 50 Cent had with Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent came out and shut everything down, bro. Yeah? Ashake could not lose, even if he tried. Everything that he touched was gold, bro. You get what I'm saying? Nobody was touching this guy. These two albums, classics. You get what I'm saying? Now, post YBNL, post Olabide, I'm not gonna lie, just being an objective listener and someone that loves Ashake, some of the songs have been hit and miss. I'm not saying that the songs are not good songs, but some of them songs are hit and miss, bro. Bro, are you guys mad? Are you mad? Ototo, Nzaza, Sumba, Joha, Peace Be Unto You, Organize. Bro, this album, when you're talking about a fucking classic, yeah? When you're talking about a fucking classic, if I have never seen a classic before, if I've never heard a classic album before, this right here is a classic album. I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. The work of art, what? Nobody was touching this guy. You know, in my opinion, I understand everybody trying to be the boss. I get that. You know, we are all men at the end of the day. You know, you don't want to answer to no one and all that shit. I understand that. You get what I'm saying? But in my opinion, I don't think that he should have left Olamide. But we are obviously where we are. You get what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, I think we need to come together. We need to come together and push this. You know, all these individualistic type of things where people are just concentrating on themselves, you know, not looking at the bigger picture, biting everyone and everything. I don't think it's worth it. You get what I'm saying? I don't think it's worth it. You get what I'm saying? But also, shout out to Davido, man. I know some of you saw that wedding though. You get me? I know some of you saw that wedding though. You get me? You know, I saw all the chicks when they were going through what they were going through. You know, I saw the chicks telling her to break up with him and divorce him. I'm like thinking, you people crazy. You crazy. You know? But that's a whole nother conversation on itself. You know? And Tyla, by the way, let's talk about Tyla briefly before we then go over onto Twitch. Before we go to Twitch and everything, yeah. Toby, we need to allow our artists evolve, and it takes time. Ashake is in a different place now, and it reflects in the different songs. True. See, you are absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely right. I am not. This is the reason why, personally, I don't like talking about artists sometimes. None of the things that I'm not saying he's trash. I don't know if that's what you're getting from the message. I am not saying he's trash. Ashake is still him. You get what I mean? Ashake is still him. But it's okay to say, because when you say, you know, he's evolving, he's discovering himself and everything, that's true. But what you also mean by that is he already had a source. He already had a formula that was working. You get what I'm saying? He already has a formula that is working. He's the one that popularized the whole I'm a piano sort of vibe and brought it into the culture and everything. I'm not saying he did it first. He popularized it. You get what I'm saying? He knew how to work with it. You get what I'm saying? He already had a sauce, a formula that was working. The whole chorus, having stuff like the choir singing behind him and everything. Like he already had a formula that was working. So when we say he's evolving, he's trying out new things, he's rediscovering himself, right? We are basically saying that, okay, he has moved away from this formula to try to develop something new. And what usually happens is when you move away from a formula that you have perfected, when you move away from a formula that you have perfected, what's going to happen is you're going to dip a little bit because you are still trying to figure this out. I don't know if I'm making sense. Yes. The new singles bang. I'm not saying that the new singles don't bang, but you will not tell me that them new singles are on the same level as the old ones, though. You're not going to say that. And I'm not trying to compare, but I'm just trying to put things into perspective. That when you have perfected a formula, right? And now you've walked away from that formula to develop new things, what usually happens is you're going to dip a little bit because you're still trying to figure this out. And then when you perfect this, yeah, you're going to go again. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Let's not always attach a negative connotation when we are giving an objective analysis or an objective narrative about an artist. You know what I'm saying? We are just having conversations right here. That's the reason why I'm doing this live stream. I want to have conversations with you guys. Like I said, I'm going to sort out the settings here so that your chat can be on the screen while obviously we're talking, because at the moment it only comes on for like 15 seconds and then disappears. You get what I'm saying? But all these guys are still them and everything, man. All these guys are still them. And I want to salute everyone that is in the chat right now. This is like my second stream or thereabout. So I'm still trying to figure this out. This streaming thing, I'm still trying to figure out the settings. Once I figure it out, we are going to have a wonderful time. But if you're not following me on Twitch, yeah, because what I want to do is I want to react to some new songs, to some albums. Burna Boy's new album, one of them. If you're not following me on Twitch, go on Twitch right now, yeah? And search for Steel Toes. Let me put it up real quick. Search for Steel Toes on Twitch. That is where I will be reacting to songs. Yeah, that's where I'll be reacting to songs. Because YouTube, I don't have strength for YouTube, bro. YouTube they will just strike you. You go what I mean? They will just strike you and everything. And I don't have the energy for that. And I do appreciate all the subscribers on YouTube. I know I have about 13,000 subscribers on YouTube, but obviously slowly we will migrate to Twitch and everything. Yeah. But salute to you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We will try and do this again tomorrow or on Friday, but definitely on Friday because new music drops on Friday. You get what I'm saying? And then obviously we can react to some songs and all that kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? But I salute to you guys and everything. I'll be turning off YouTube and then go over to Twitch, where we're going to be playing some new music, vibing to some music, and reacting to them. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, until next time, salute to you guys, bro. See you later.